Hey guys, Feuerrm here, and today I'm going to be showing you everything new in the Tune It Up update to Asphalt 9, including all the new cars, their stats, and new features. First of all, we have a new customization feature, which is currently only on the AMG and Lancer, but it looks pretty cool. I will show you a bit about that later in the video. And then we've got a new car, the McLaren Senna, one that has been wanted for quite a while. It will be in a special event. Hopefully it's not as pay to win as the Jesco one. And then we have got a total of 6 new cars in this update, which is the most that has been in any new Asphalt 9 update ever, and we are now going to our first one, the TVR Griffith. This car is in D-Class, and it looks like it is following in the steps of the Porsche 911 Targa. It has basically the same acceleration, a bit better handling, slightly worse nitro, but 12 miles per hour, even higher top speed. So we're going to have a D-Class car that comes close to 220 miles per hour at max. Yeah, that's a bit crazy. I do expect this to become the new D-Class king, because acceleration and nitro are not too much different than the Targas, and the handling and top speed are quite a bit better. Now for the first C-Class car to be added in many updates, the Arteaga SCALO SUPERELLETRA. I hope I pronounced that right. So compared to the Acura, this car has about the same acceleration, slightly worse top speed, better handling, and worse nitro. I believe this car will be a good competitor to the Acura. However, I do not think it will become the new king of Class C, because while it does have better acceleration and nitro than the Vencer, it is a whopping 25 miles per hour slower, and the Vencer has better handling. Now onto another C-Class car, the HUSSARYA 33, and this is the one I believe will be a good competitor to the Vencer. It has the same top speed, better acceleration, slightly worse handling, and slightly worse nitro. So there's a good chance that it'll get fairly equal times to the Vencer on most tracks, perhaps do better on shorter ones because of its better acceleration. Now for our first new B-Class car, the Aston Martin Vantage GT12. Now there's a good chance, judging by its stock stats, that this car will be close to the Huracan and Corvette Grand Sport in terms of performance. Its top speed is in between those two, so is its acceleration, and its handling in nitro will probably end up being about the same as well. So this is going to be another one of those very agile cars. I do not quite know yet whether it will be better or worse than them, but I would say it's definitely going to be one of the top 4 or 5 B-Class cars. We'll have to wait for some tests, as I guess we will have to with all these cars. Now, these last 4, I don't actually know how we're going to obtain them, but we do know how this next car will be obtained. The first 6-star B-Class car, the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. If you click on Get Blueprints on this car, it tells you that this car will be available in packs, in the Legends store, and every week in its limited time event. So this is probably going to be one of those really grindy cars like the Tryon Nemesis in order to max out. I'm not looking forward to that. Well, what about its stats? Well, it starts out at a very low rank for Class B and probably goes up to a very high one, so its stock stats are going to be way lower than its max ones. But I think it's safe to say that it should be fairly close to the Huracan at max in terms of performance, because the Huracan has a very low starting rank as well, not as low as this one, but its stats are generally in the same area. Then again, different cars in Asphalt 9 may increase in certain stats more than others when going up. Most of my speculations about how the cars in this video will perform at max are largely based on how other cars have done with their upgrades, but I just want to let you guys know they may not upgrade in the same way, and thus my predictions could be a bit off. But I think it's safe to say that with this being 6 stars, it's going to be one of the top B-Class cars. And now for our final new car in the update, and the one that most people are probably most excited for, the McLaren Senna, which as we know is going to have its own special event. The first thing you will probably notice is its ridiculously low top speed. 335 kilometers per hour is only 208 miles per hour. This is less than the Vencer's stock speed. Now, being a 6-star car, it will probably improve in performance quite a lot in most of the stats, but take a look at the other stats. The acceleration and handling are extremely good at stock, and the nitro is pretty good as well. This is going to become sort of like the Corvette of Class S, I believe. I do not believe it will be a new king simply due to its crazy lower top speed than cars like the Regera, Tryon, Chiron, Jesco, Fenner, and, well, literally every car in Class S. However, I do think it will likely be very high on the list, considering how the Corvette can do so well in Class B with a low top speed, and I think this car will probably be able to do quite well on the more twisty tracks. Because the problem with a lot of S-Class cars on twisty tracks is they just cannot reach their top speed. This car isn't going to have this problem, and it is going to be able to stay there very easily. So this car will probably do extremely well on some tracks, but quite badly on tracks like the Himalayas. However, I expect it to be a great multiplayer car. And here we have the only picture of the Porsche Formula E's stats that I could find. Thank you TWL Slayer for this image. At stock, it basically looks like a Rizvani Beast X with slightly better handling, so we can assume that this car is going to have very good acceleration, very good handling, decent nitro efficiency, but not so great top speed at max. It's probably going to be a C-Class car. This was the car that everyone drove in the Black Shark Esports Finals, and I do not know yet if it will be permanently added to the game, but I sure hope it does, because I want to try it out. So, in the Facebook update patch notes about this update, they said that after the McLaren Senna special event would come the Zenvo TS1 special event, which has had its stats changed along with those of some other cars, and I will show those a bit later. But what you need to know is that there will be a third special event after these two with a secret car that apparently you can only unlock if you have unlocked the Zenvo and the Senna. Have you spotted it yet? In this footage from the Koenigsegg Gregera video that Asphalt uploaded on their channel, there is a Vanda. You will notice that the rest of the cars in this roster at the beginning of the race are arranged by their car ranks, so it looks like the Vanda is going to be in between the Chiron and the Regera in rank. And since this car has apparently been in the dev build since the Regera has been added at least, there is a pretty high chance I would say that it is the secret car. But of course, this is just my speculation. This is not confirmed or anything yet. Now for the 4 cars whose stats have been changed. The Zenvo has had a slight increase in handling and nitro, but nothing too major. The DS-E10s has seen a pretty substantial increase in acceleration, handling, and nitro, and apparently it is sometimes even better than the Elise now. Go figure that this would happen right after I upload my best and worst cars in each class list video. Volkswagen XL has seen a slight increase in handling and a decent increase in nitro. It will probably drive a bit better now, but what it really needed was a bit of an acceleration boost. Lastly, the Nissan 370Z Nismo has seen a huge increase in handling and a fairly substantial increase in nitro too. Definitely not the worst car in Class D anymore. Now before I move on to all of the new customization options, I want to show you guys a few of the new decals that have been added for the Senna and also for the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. The Sennas we will likely be able to get in its special event, but I don't know about the SLRs. Now let's move on to the new customization options for the Lancer and the AMG. So first of all, of course, we have the official visuals, and then we have the custom colors, so all of the old customization options are still there, like the dual and single paint, but what's very interesting is what comes next, which is body parts. You see, for the hood, the trunk, and, well, not the hood and the trunk on these cars, but maybe on some there will be hood and trunk customization options, but like, for example, the wing. We can now choose this wing or that wing. We can't actually get any of these new parts yet, but we should be able to in some events or something. And then we have hood scoops, we've also got side skirts, and front and back body kits as well. So there's a lot of things that you can do to this car. I'll continue showing them here. You can also tint the windows, and while currently this is only available for the Lancer and AMG, which I will also show in a bit, it should be coming to other cars in some later updates as well. I think they're just testing it for now. So I'll now take the opportunity to talk about some of the other new or changed stuff. So there is now a bad luck protection in packs, apparently stopping you from getting constant bad luck, perhaps by guaranteeing you some cards or something if you haven't gotten them for a long time. I don't know exactly how it works, but thankfully that's finally here. There are 3 new club logos available for everyone, and the Pro Team finally got their own custom logo. Also, as of this update, Asphalt 9 no longer supports iOS 9, and the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 phone now has an option for 60 FPS. I wish Gameloft would bring 60 FPS to all phones with a Snapdragon 845 or 855, because they should all be able to run it just fine. We've also got many different wheel choices, many different tire choices, and as we will see now, we can now tint the glass to be whatever we want. And you know exactly what I did, I went straight to purple. The AMG GTS's customization options are largely the same, and by the way, you guys have probably noticed the new camera angle in the garage and the new light background when you are doing these body parts. I think that's nice because you can more easily see the silhouette of the car and the different things you are actually doing to it. So I sped this part up because, well, it has pretty much the same sort of stuff as you could see on the Lancer, but I still want you guys to see them on the cars. So this has been definitely the longest update video that I have done, but there is really a lot in this update that I am excited for. The Senna and Zenvo and the Secret Car are probably all going to be pay to win, but hey, at least we finally got body customization in an Asphalt game. Thank you all for watching, please like the video if you've enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 9 and Forza Horizon 4 content, and Minecraft too, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!